Welcome everyone to our webinar on ransomware and email security. Today we have with us Suprakash Guha and Gautaman Jyotilingam as our presenters. This webinar is going to provide a detail of ransomware, its effects and preventive measures. Our speaker will take it forward and help us in the key takeaways. Also, if as for the audience, if you have any questions for the speaker during the webinar or at any point of time, you can put them in the question box in your webinar control panel. Speaker will address them from time to time or at the end of the session. Over to you, Gautam and Suprakash.
Thank you, Sheetal, and thank you all for joining for this today's session. And today we have got Suprakash Guha. And just a short note about Suprakash. He works in Lumina Datamatics Limited as Deputy General Manager. He takes care of risk and compliance activities and privacy as well. He is a Six Sigma Belt certified and lead auditor certified person as well. To tell more about Suprakash, he is a very active person. He contributes more to society. I could very well remember in the month of February, he finalized a school to go and take a session through CISA platform. Unfortunately, during the pandemic situation, he was not able to do it. But then last month again, he approached the principal and he contributed again the session to the same school at Pondicherry. Thank you, Suprakash. And with this note, I'm giving it to you, handing over to you. Take it over for the session. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you, Gaudaman, for this very nice introduction, and thanks to Sheetal for giving the opportunity for this wonderful session. And thanks to all the participants who are there in this session, and they will be there with me for next 45 minutes. And I hope it will be a very interesting session, and there will be a lot of discussions and a lot of knowledge sharing will be there. And this session basically is a very active session which Mr. Gaudaman has suggested last month, and which is, we are getting affected here and there. Some companies are getting affected, and that's why we have taken this particular topic, and which we thought is a very relevant in our industry and in our society in the current scenario of this pandemic. And hope it will be useful information to all of you. At the end of this session, we'll be discussing about the questionnaires and any other suggestion we'll be getting it, and it will be a joint learning exercise, so that we'll be learning jointly, and this will be a repository in our CISO platform, and in future anyone can use it. Okay, so with this note, I just like to start my presentation. Thank you. Yeah, let me set up things. Mr. Gaudaman, is my voice clear?
Yes.
Yeah, screen also visible, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so today we are just going to see these are the things. I just make it table of content like that: the trend and facts regarding this ransomware, then information about the ransomware, protection and prevention. That is our main agenda, which as a CISO platform, which we are looking like what are the solutions of the ransomware, and mostly on the email part, what are the solutions that we'll be looking. And finally, there will be the question and answer session. So this way we have just made this presentation structured. So let us see some trends and facts, like what is happening now during this pandemic. You can see very clearly in the right hand side of the graph, you can see that Q1 and Q2 of 2020, how the difference in the trend and number of companies which has got affected by this ransomware. So it is almost like 100 plus companies are getting affected during this Q2 of 2020, basically during this COVID situation. And it is like day by day it is increasing. And if you see the right hand slide, that other graph, you can see that in the India how many companies and how many malware effects are happening. Like we are almost touching 17 millions of ransomware attacks which is happening in every month. So this is the data which has been published in the net. I think all of you are aware of it also, but for the better knowledge of this audience, I brought it here. Now let us see what is happening, why this is increasing during this pandemic. In the pandemic, for last 5 months, from March end to this August, this 4-5 months, it is increased because of these reasons of COVID related scams. Like it is coming like a scamming or some brand impression or some blackmailing or business emails. So if you see this graph, you can see that scamming kind of things are coming 54% during this COVID situation. Brand impression is coming 34%, 11% is blackmailing, and very negligible percent for the business email compromise kinds of attacks are happening. And if you see the right hand side table, I just captured some details about what different statistics are telling about this ransomware. The latest statistics during August, they told that Monster Cloud has published that now more than ever ransomware attack has been happened in the history. So millions ransom attacks are happening, and every day new reports are coming. Individuals are getting affected, organizations are getting affected. So it is a very big problem in our society now. Now let us see that why this is happening. Now I told the data, right, like it is increasing. Now why it is increasing? It is basically increasing because the most of the IT firm, ITES firm, and all the production unit, they are all the employees are working from home. So it is a big situation change which has happened during the working from home condition. And there are a lot of issues are there. There is no proper security measures in the system, in the home switches, and that's the main reason why these ransom attacks are happening more. So it is an open field for the hackers to attack the systems through various things. Now how it is coming? It is coming in a way of vaccines, masks, short supply commodities. These kind of links are coming, or the hand sanitization, like this kind of links are coming, and people are just falling prey of it, and they are just clicking the link and getting attacked by the ransomware. So this is one kind of things are coming. A lot of financial scams are coming. There it is coming like a link, like there is a government assistance, or there is a there is some amount. If you click this link and give you information, you'll be getting paid. This kind of information are coming as a phishing link, and that is also another increasing trend which is happening in the society now. Free downloads. Now all of us are working from home, and there are free videos, free audios. All these exe files are getting offered in the web, and sometimes we download and get fall prey of this ransomware attacks. And another one is critical updates on the enterprise collaboration solution and the consumer social media application. There is also a lot of ransomware attacks, and a lot of provocating things are coming in this pandemic session. And because these are the main reasons why this there is an increase in this ransomware during these days. Now let us see the basic what it is, because I just pulled this information also here. Maybe there are some people who just want to know detail of it, but I think there are a lot of experts are there. All of these are the basics, but let us give again a try. Like, what is this ransomware? Ransomware is a form of malware that encrypts the files, and attackers then demand the ransom from the victim to restore the access of the data upon the payments, and users are shown instruction on how to pay a fee to get the decryption file. So as I told you before, the ransomware, it comes to the email attachment or email link, and moment it come at decrypt, the decryption exe file comes in the system, and it attacks all the files in the system. And also in the link they will be telling how to pay and get the decryption tool. And till the time you are paying, they will not release the decryption tool, and you cannot access your system, or you cannot access your file. So this is the basically the definitions of ransomware. Now, what is the threat here? Ransomware is a type of malware that became very significant to the business and individuals because it is locking your business. You cannot work on your system, or the organization is locked. Also, the individual information is getting tracked by them. So these are the two major threats which are there in the ransomware. This is what they're happening. They are getting the array of devices from computer to smartphone. So it is not only the laptop or system. The hackers hacking nowadays all the smartphones also, or the mobiles also, that is also getting hacked because of this ransomware. Now if this ransomware come, actually what happens? Ransomware is nothing but is a malicious link, and it will come to your system, and by knowingly or unknowingly we will be clicking that, and moment we click, it will be blocking our network or locking the files. So these are the two things it will do. Either it will lock your system, you cannot go inside the system, or it will lock all your files, or decrypt all your files. You cannot access your data, you cannot access your coding. So that are two things basically it happens, and quickly it gets spread across because it is a multi actionable exe files which is there. So it get multiplied, and it get goes out inside the system. And another dangerous thing is it works in the network suppose my system is get affected, if the system is connected to the network, it will affect all other networks who are there connected in the system, and everyone will be getting affected. Basically that is the modus of operandi, how it is functioning. So this is very dangerous, where you have to be very careful and we should be protected. Now the question may come like, how we can trace it, how it can be traced. So definitely there is a solution also. So first, what you have to see, if this ransomware attack happens, first we have to see that what is the domain of that account. Suppose one system got affected, so quickly you have to see that what is the domain users of this account in our server, from where the ransomware has come. So that is the source. First we have to find out that source, and after that we have to remove that system, our system, from that source, and also you have to see from that domain what are the other devices are connected, because there is always a chance that we are getting affected in one system and immediately other systems also have started getting affected, but maybe after some time they will be getting the result. So it is always important, moment you see there is an effect on the ransomware, we have to find out the owner's domain, and on the domain what are the other systems on the network which are connected, we have to find out, and you have to see that are also in the safe. So this is the way to trace it, but the way I am telling, it is not that easy to find out that what is the affected and all. It is a very complicated things, so we should be very careful on that. We should not fall in prey of this ransomware. Now let us see some examples of ransomware as per the history. The biggest ransomware attack which has happened in the history is the WannaCry. You might be all remember that in the May 2017, it was a big attack in all over the IT world, and a lot of computer systems had got hacked, and it has targeted the Microsoft Windows operating system by encrypting the data and demanding the ransom payment in Bitcoin currency. So this is the things which has happened in May 2017, and I think during that time only we also came to know about this Bitcoin, because before, if you see, 4, 5, 6 years we are not knowing about this Bitcoin process, and that time only there is a more visibility of this Bitcoin. And just to give an idea, like Bitcoin is a system like ransomware attackers will be asking the money, we have to pay, but we don't know where we are paying and whom we are paying. There is no track of it, but we have to pay by giving by getting the assurance that if we pay, our system will be decrypted and we can use the file. So that is a system. It is an unknown channelize of this currency, which is very dangerous, and it happens from outside of the country. You cannot trace it also. So this is the major attack which has happened, WannaCry ransomware, and still now it is there. Then Petya and non-Petya ransomware, I think all of you are aware of it. This is also happening. Locky ransomware is another version. Jigsaw ransomware, then this Bad Rabbit ransomware, Dharma ransomware. So these are the some names of the ransomware, but it is not limited to these names. Every day the new names are coming. Recently, the one example I can say, like we have protected one of the organization system with that Dharma ransomware, and all this familiar name like Wanna, Petya, Locky and all, and we have put a policy that this kind of exe file should not be executed in the system. Now the attacker, what they are doing, instead of Dharma, they came with a name called Harma, and this Harma, it has been allowed and it has been executed in the system, and a lot of systems got affected in a 5 minutes of time. So this is also happening. So it is not like the restricted to the 7-8 names. There are thousands of names which are available. So I just pulled out what are the biggest attacks which has happened in the past. Correct. Now let us see some recent breaches. I know there are every day new information coming. So recently, if you are familiar with and the agencies, you will see the multinational manufacturers and the US city and country government has spent almost $176 million of cost related to the ransomware attacks, ranging from investigating the attack, rebuilding the network, restoring the backups, and paying to the hackers, putting the preventive measures. So they have paid a huge amount of money in last 8 to 10 months of time, and it has been used for different purpose. So first of all, if the attack happened, we have to get the systems up. For that they have to pay somewhere, or they have to use in some software or tools. For that they have to pay. Then backup system also they have to make it stronger, because if the file goes, then our backup system should be there. That way they're reinvestigating on the hardware, so that is also paying. So this way they're paying a huge money and to save protected their business. Now let us see in India the few attacks which has happened in recent past. The major attacks which has happened in Telangana and AP power utilities. So if you no, I think some 2 years before this attack happens, and with the malicious software attack, and all the server went down, and it has affected first the Telangana power utilities, and Telangana and AP both are linked. Their system was linked, and then Andhra Pradesh power utilities also got shut down because of these attacks. I think almost it took 7 to 10 days for them to clean the system and then bring them all the facility. Next one is that Uttar Haryana Bijli Nigam Bitaran Nigam Limited also got the affected on, that is also a power company, and they have to pay 1 crore rupees as ransom to get back to their system data. Actually, basically in this attack, what happened, they have collected all the information, all the customers information from the system, all the billing information of all the customers, and they started manipulating all the data. So that's what was happening on this, and they have to pay 1 crore because they could not get any decryption tool during that point of time. And problem is, like, if we delay this restoration, it is a more business loss. So that angle, the business leaders think sometime to pay them ransomware and get the system up, because it is a day-to-day activities, and 1 day loss in the business is a huge for this kind of government organization. Then this Mirai botnet malware attack, which has happened, is a botnet malware, and it has affected all the IoT devices. Almost 2.5 million IoT devices, including a large number of computer systems in India, got affected because of this. And the last one I want to mention, all of you know that the BSNL malware attack, which has happened in the state-owned telecom companies, which is providing us the network services, and it has happened like 60,000 modem became defunctional because of this malware attack in the telecom circle. So these are the major few things which has happened in last few months and few years. I'm just taking the history on the based on the amount what they have paid in India and India. Okay, now thing is, how we'll know this attack has happened? So there is a way, there is an indication will come. First, our computer will be becoming very slow. Moment the attack happen, first indication, the computer will be very slow. Then annoying ads will be displayed, anything and everything will be displayed which you are not registered, that kind of ad will be displayed. There will be crashes, system will be crashed, pop-up message will come paying the ransomware, or your system has been hacked, your data has been hacked. This kind of pop-up messages will come. Internet traffic will be suspiciously increased, lot of exe files will be moving. So you can see in the server there will be a lot of movements are happening. If you have a SIEM tool, if you are managing the security correlations and all, you can see there is a lot of traffic has started increasing suddenly. So you should be alert that something is malicious is happening in the system. Then your browser homepage gets changed without your input. You are giving anything, your browser will be automatically getting changed, and unnecessary websites will be prompting in your system. Unusual message so that exceptionally it will come here, that also may happen, and your security solution will be disabled. So these are the few things, but it should not be restricted on these 8 points. There might be so many other things also come, but these are the few obvious things which will come if your system got attacked, and you should be alert. So this is why I'm bringing it here. Whenever you are seeing this kind of thing, so this is a symptom, you should be alert, and you should get the expert advice, or you should do something, get something. You should not just keep quiet, because suddenly this kind of things are happening. There is something wrong in the network or in the system, so you should be very careful. Okay, now I'll talk about the solution later, but in case the attack happen, so can you recover the file? So there are two options. See, the intention of these attacks, why these people are doing, why they are doing it, it is for money. So they will be asking the money, that is their main intention. They will be asking, you have to pay the ransomware and ransom, and they will be telling, if you pay, we will be giving you the decrypt solution and you can access your file. So that is one option. Okay, and also other option is, you should remove this attack, you should remove this malware from your system by using some decryption tool. There are two options, like either you have to pay, or you have to use some decryption tool and you decrypt your file. And for both the things you should have a, or other things are there, if you have a backup file then nothing to worry, because but in the organization always it is a very difficult to keep the backup of all the files. Like big organization, they always have a system like, you know, every day they are doing backup and every month they are doing the backup, and then repetition backups are happening, incremental backups are happening. But if this kind of backups is not there, it is very difficult when the data is lost. So there either you have to pay, or we have to get some decrypt tool, or you have a backup file, means you should not be. The 2-3 options what we have done, you know, we can do that. Now next question, as I told that first option is we should pay or decrypt, but question is, should we pay? The answer for that, we should not pay. We should never pay any ransomware amount to the person, because that will be encouraging them to do this kind of attack in the future, and this is not good for the society. Generally, as the trend shows, they are asking generally $200 to $400 for each attack, and they will be asking them to pay by the Bitcoin. But as a company, as a good citizen, we should not encourage it, and we should not pay them at all. And by other hand, we should see that how we can get our file from the backup, or how we can enhance our security system. So we should always go on that line. Okay, so these are the basically the points which I want to tell about the ransomware, like how it is coming, how it is affecting, what is the intention of this, you know, ransomware attackers, and what are the major attacks which has happened in the recent past. So by this you can understand the intensity of these ransomware things. And basically during this pandemic it has been increased like anything, because of this home workforce, and in the home we don't have, everyone does not have the good security solution. There are a lot of disturbance also in the home. A lot of people are using their office system for some other use also. A lot of emails are coming, we are clicking the link, we are clicking the attachment, and that is the main reason, you know, why this open playground is there for these attackers, and they are getting a free hand, and it is increasing. Now let us go to the solution mode, what we should do. So I just captured some protection and prevention mechanism, but in the playbook session we want to listen from all of you what are the other solution are there. So let us see what are the things. First, in the email security measures, we should content scanning and filtering. So that is the must. In the email server we should have some content scanning and filtering mechanism. So using this content scanning and the filtering, your email service will, email server will be smart way to prevent the ransomware. This ransomware reduce the likelihood of the spam email containing the malware infected attachment on the link. So this is the must. We should have some content scanning and the filtering in our email server. Then we should set the strong password and unique password, because we have seen in some cases a lot of employees who are leaving also, sometimes they're using, you know, their password with some big brain or bad brain, they are attacking the organization. That is also happening in the society. So we should have a very unique and strong password, and we should also change the password in a right time. So generally they say like every 45 days the password to be changed, so that should be there always. Enable the two-factor authentication. So if anyone is attacking, there should be a two-factor authentication. Now authentication Cisco also is providing, like if you want to attack the email, then there should be a system like there will be authentication in my mobile, and then only we can go and access the email. So like that, some dual factor authentication solution can be put. Be aware of the phishing scams. We should not click anything and everything which is coming in our way. We should be very careful what you are clicking, what you are allowing in our system. So that's it is a knowledge issue and is an awareness issue which should be there. Never click any links in the email if you are not sure about it what it is. And scan the infections regularly. There should be a virus scanning which should happening in the email server and in the system, so that any infection is happening that can be removed. That is also very important. In case of any suspicious attachment, immediately you should contact your IT operations, because always we may not be knowing what is this as a layman. Every time the operators level people may not know. So we should make them aware that if anything is happening such kind of thing, they should contact the IT team immediately, who has the solution to find out what is the malicious attack or not. And do not open it from the non-trusted sources. And nowadays, you know, previously only exe file was coming as a attachment and which was attacking as a malicious virus. But nowadays we are seeing that like zip file, RAR file also is coming and which has a virus. Even attachment like doc and XLS extension also having the content of this virus which are coming in the system. I want to give an example. Recently in one of our known company competitors, what happened, they got a PDF file. Okay, it is a real example. I'm just giving, it has happened recently. All the employees, they got an attachment as a PDF file. Did you need a job? Because you know the job market is very difficult now, a lot of attrition, a lot of forced attrition is there. So that kind of email came, did you need a job? There is a profile you can upload in our system, and it came as a PDF file. So our system has not stopped it came inside and people has clicked, but actually the extension was PDF, but actually it was the exe file. The moment it has clicked, all the 3000 system on the network got, and almost 7 days it took to restore the systems. And I think they have to pay also some amount to them, because the modus of operandi was like that. It was very difficult to get the decryption tool from the open source. So these are the very difficult thing to what are the extension, what are the things which are coming, we don't know. So we should be very careful on that. Now let us see some email security solution. There are a lot of email security solutions which are available in the market. You can see, you can Google search, and you can feel that, you know, what are the best for your organization, what are the best for your system. You can use it. One of the good thing is like the FireEye email security system, which I found, which is very useful. It works like the internet. In between there is a MVS box. So this is called the multi-vector virtual execution engine. And what it does, like it checks all the emails, the attachment, the malicious contents, everything it checks, and then only it allowed to go to the end user. And they have brought this system, and some companies are using it, and the result is good. And people are telling that, you know, chances of getting the attack is less by this FireEye email security system. And also what they have done, they have created a FireEye Insight intelligence inside the system. And what it is doing, basically any malicious, any new coding is coming, or any new exe file is coming, it is getting that data. Once, first of all, it is, you know, not allowing to go to inside the system to the users, and also it is collecting the data, it is analyzing, and after analyzing that intelligence, they are putting in this MVEC engine, so that in future if this kind of things are coming again, it will not allow to go. So this is one of the good solution which is available in the market. Might be some of you are already using it, but you know, I found that this is one of the good email security solution. Another email security solution is the Barracuda email solution. It's a multi-layered security solution. The operandi module is like, it has a policy engine, then the connection engine, then the reputation intent, then verification, authentication, hygiene, and this Barracuda is security solution, total intelligence service they have. This is also one of the very good system what is there in the market, and some of the companies are using it, and the results also is good. So these are the two things which I found, but maybe in a later part when we are discussing, all of you can suggest if any other solution which are there in the market, which, you know, people can use it and which we can recommend. Okay. Now this ransomware attack, we spoke about the email security. Even our topic also is for the email security, but this, it is, I made it like it is not only the email security, there are other security measures also should be in place for a foolproof system. So first point is that we should change our approach from this, you know, from this detection to prevention mechanism. Like if the attack comes, I'll be using a decryption tool, removing it. We should not think on that way. We should think how the attack will not come. So this approach in thinking is very important. And why I am telling it, as per my experience, some companies feel that information security is an investment, right? I think all of you know it is an investment, but what is the return of the investment? These are the questions comes. So that time we should tell, we should not spend money in the detection. Instead of that, we should go for the prevention, so that if effect happen, how much money you have to pay. Instead of that, if you get a security solution and you ensure the system and ensure that, you know, this malicious attacks is not happening, our data is protected, our reputation is protected, that is more important. So this mindset, you know, thinking is very important in all the level, information security and the management level. It is very important. how we can do that. And after that, the next stage comes. We should use some antivirus and anti-malware software and other to block the known payload for launching. This is there. Then make frequent comprehensive backups of all the important files and isolate them from the local and open network. Then this keep your computers and software updated. Use a non-administrative account wherever possible. Think twice before you click the links. Also, I told in the email security discussions, don't open the pop-up windows that ask for the downloading this software. Limit your file sharing. Individuals should install original antivirus software. Always back up the data and improve the security and firewall system, and create more security awareness among the employees. So these are very critical, because our discussion should not be lying only ourselves, because we are managing the information security, but actually it is the people who are actually using the system. The attacks come from them. So it is very important to create the awareness among the employees. They should be knowing the basic, like what they should click, what they should not click, they have to report, what is the incident management system, and what kind of attacks are coming. So this kind of, as a security professional, I feel we should create more awareness. Technically we can do whatever we can do, but you know, the technically whatever we do, anytime anything can come and it may affect. Always, that's why I give that example. You know, recently one police station, one thief they have caught, and they are asking the thief, you have done the, you know, stealing on that house, but how you know that, you know, there was no one on that house? So he has, the police asked the thief, and the thief was laughing and telling, sir, why you are asking me? It is not me. Everyone knows in the system that they are in the house, because they are updating their status in their WhatsApp, in the Facebook, and that way we are doing. So this is the security situation now. You know, everything is on the web, everything on the system. So we should be very careful, and whatever the protection we give, the hackers are getting the new technology, and they are getting, you know, coming into the system. So very important with the examples you have to give. And another important thing is the backup. In case of any attack happen, we should have a proper backup. We should have a proper backup policy. It might be the daily backup policy, weekly backup policy, and monthly full backup policy, or incremental backup policy, but there should be a defined backup policy, and it should be followed. And also the backup tape restoration should be there in the other location. As per the BCP plan, the backup tape should not be there on the premises where we have done the backup. It should be on the other location. So these two are very basics, you know, as a preventive measures which we can do it very easily. And as a security professional, I feel we should take this up with the appropriate authority and do it. And other point what I noted, these are all technical things and the awareness thing which has to be followed. Okay, in case of suppose this virus attack happen, so what you should do and how we can remove it. So that is also I covered it here. First and foremost thing, we should log network and power of the attack system. Whichever the affected system, first we have to remove from the network, we have to remove the network cable, and we should power off that system, so that from this system it does not get affected anywhere. So that is the first thing what you have to do. Next one, we should look for other apps or system which you think it has been infected. As I told you before, we have to see the domain from where my system is connected, and on that domain what are the other systems that we have to see first, because there is a chances that other system also which are connected to the same domain also got affected. So these are the first two things what you have to see. Then uninstall the suspicious app and disable the ransomware process. So you have to put a proper antivirus, and you have to remove that apps, and you have to disable that once you detected that where the effect has happened. There is a third stage. Then take the help of some information security professionals and check free decryption options. There are many decryptions tools are available in the web. You can also find out, and it is free of cost. You have to find there, you have to give the options, and you have to see how we can get the decryptions. Like one of the example I given it here, like ID ransomware. It is a very easy site, like id ransomware.malwarehunters.team.com. Upload the ransomware node with the sample encrypted file to identify the ransomware that has been encrypted, and it will give you a solution. So that is the fourth step what you can do. Finally, if the decryption tool is not available on this ID ransomware site, there is another option. You should use the option called get notified and upload your ransomware which has been affected, and there is a team who will track your notification and they will let you know moment any decryption tools are coming, and which you can use it for removing the ransomware from your system. So these are the step by step we have to do. We should not get panic because once the attack happened, data loss, there is reputation loss, that is there, but we have to see how we can remove it, and this is the step by step we have to think, and we have to just remove the things. And finally, you have to check whether you have a auto or manual backup of the affected files. If that is there, then you should not be worried at all. You can get the files from your backup and you can start your activity unless and until your system is up and running. So files wise, backup files are there that you can get, but for the system running, you have to get the help of the experts from where you can get the decryption tool. But first and foremost thing, you have to identify where the attacks has happened, and you have to remove that from the network system so that further damage does not happen. So this is the step by step process which we should follow in case of any ransomware attack happens, unfortunately. Okay, I listed down some of the decryption tool, like these are all open in the open market and free of cost, like Open2U decryption tool, then Globe3 decryption tool, Dharma decryptor, Krypton. There are so many tools, and you have to be very selective that which tool is best, and that tool only you have to use it. And as I told you, if the decryption not available, you can give that notification option and they will be coming back to us. Okay, so this is the almost I just covered whatever I have to tell in this presentation. So this is just a first part is got over. So I tried to cover the points like what are the ransomware attacks, how it is happening, how it is affecting your system, how we can prevent the system, how we can detect the system, what are the some security solution in the system, and what are the decryption tools available in the market. So this is only I thought I'll just cover in this session. And now I'll just move to the second part of this session, which is the question answer and the playbook session. So I just want all of you to participate in this, and you can tell like what are the best solution. So let us not go to the attack part because all of us know about it, but what are the probable solution, how we can prevent it, things which other people can use it. So I thought it will be a good knowledge sharing session where we can just keep in the platform. So I'll open my chat box and you can unmute yourself, or you can tell what are the points, and I'll just make this document ready and it will be uploaded in the okay. Let me start with that example. Let us do the breaking and then we'll start. Okay, so now my question to the forum is like is the SIEM plays a good part in ransomware identification and attack prevention?
Hello, Suprakash.
Yes.
I'm sorry, everyone, to interrupt this session right now. You can see the audience giving out their responses in their question panel box, which is just below in the webinar panel, and in the chat column.
Okay.
So, audience has been giving out their responses.
Okay, I cannot see. Is it coming?
Yes. So you have to open your webinar control panel, which is on your left, which is on your right side,
chat.
and then you can, yes, chat, and then there is this questions.
Chat. You have to help me. I'm not getting that. Where is questions? Yeah.
Yeah, can you see?
I can see the questions. Yes.
people have been replying on it and on the chat panel. So when you would be asking the questions, you can see it there.
Yeah. I think I can see one question from Jairam on advanced phishing and malware solutions. Yes.
So basically, that's the response he has put down.
I'm just typing it here. Phishing. One minute. Okay. Thank you. Gokul has given one answer like awareness. Yeah, I covered that very good. Thank you, Gokul. It is a very good point. Which is there? Anyone have anything you want to tell about the SIEM? Is the SIEM is a good solution for prevent ransomware? Nowadays you can use. Yeah, thank you. Shital, how I can increase this questionnaire box? This is very small appearing in my system.
Okay, so there on the right side of it, there would be a small square box, which is like, right? You can click on it, then it will pop out and you can see.
Okay. EDR. Someone is telling EDR also. Okay. Is this ransomware attack, can we attach in the client SOW also? Because nowadays I am seeing a lot of clients are coming with the security clauses. So can we put in their SOW that if this kind of ransomware attack happens, then company will not be responsible, or who has to pay what? Can we do that kind of thing? What you suggest? Okay, I can see that. Insurance. Yeah, it's a very good point. We can insure our data. We can get some insurance. We can pay some insurance money, and we can get the insurance of data in case of data loss. How much the company will be paying. We can give some solution as well for that. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, track the resign employees. Basically, you mean to say like we have to remove the accesses when the people are leaving, so like that, so that there is no harm which is happening by the resigned employees, because they know everything in our system, everything in our inside our system, and how the password policy and everything is a very good point. Yes, thank you. Implement zero security model. Yeah, I'm typing that. There are so many questions suggestions are coming. Thank you. To trust. Yeah. Sure. A good point. I have noted down. I think some solutions which you are suggesting, like SIEM will be there, or advanced phishing malware solutions, or this awareness, employee awareness session, then EDR, insurance, tracking of the resigned employees, implementing the zero trust security models. So these are also various thought process which can be bring into to reduce this ransomware attack. Sure. Any other things to be shared, any other thing to be discussed, or any questions regarding these also can be put in the forum. We'll be trying to answer because we have a lot of experts in the system. And if you have any query regarding this ransomware or how to protect, you can put that. That also we'll try to answer. Okay, thank you. I think Godaman, there is not much questions and nothing, so we can end this session, and over to you if you have any other points to share, please.
Sure. Okay, thank you, Suprakash. And I
Thank
think that is a
you.
great session. And it was a very informative session on ransomware and the security and the best practices which we have to take care of inside the organization. Thank you so much on that. From my end, I think about these 2 points we already discussed with user platform. We are working on the membership details. We are trying to frame some criteria for membership details that we can add the WhatsApp group. That is one update. And second, Sheetal has promised, user platform has promised me after this meeting, from this session onwards, we'll be getting a certificate for attendance as well. For all the webinars, for all the attendees, we'll be getting a certificate of attendance. I will look forward after the session. And that's all from my end. And if you have any suggestions to improve on all the sessions, please post it in our WhatsApp group or reach out to me or reach out to Sheetal and everyone in the group as well. Thank you so much. Over to you, Sheetal.
Thank you. Thank you very
so
much.
Suprakash. Thank you so much, Suprakash and Gaudaman, for such an amazing session and taking out your time in doing these every month. So from the CISO platform, we are starting this activity in which all the attendees, they would be given a participation certificate, and you will get within 2-3 working days. Also, we are also developing the leaderboard. So your activities and everything would be credited to you, and it would be displayed on our website, and also you'll get a chance to promote yourself or anything like that to the other community. And to the audience, if you have any questions for our speakers and presenters, you can always ask us in our WhatsApp group, or you can write to us at contact@cisoplatform.com. Thank you everyone for taking out your time and doing such amazing things. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Sure.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Sheetal. Thank you, Godaman. Thank you.